Good evening, everyone. This video is to go out to almost everyone. If you're ever interested in Andrew Marsh, modeling programs. But essentially, I kind of made it for Jeranism. So Jeranism, this was directed directly at you because I know that you like to do the Earth Tool one, and I just wanted to show you what I've learned, because I've been playing on this for quite a while now. So for starters, you've always been linking the link straight to the actual app itself, and you miss kind of this main landing page. So for starters, as you can see, there's multiple apps on here which you can all play with, and there's quite a few ones which I think that you can explore to be able to further improve the discussions you are having about some of the sunsets and sun angles and stuff like that. So the ones that I like, 3D Send Path, Earth and Sun, which you already do, Meeting Planner, and also Sun Path on Map. Now, I'm going to just do a real quick brief overview. And of course, this is the andrewmarsh.com//software website. And as you know, you're already well and truly used to this one. And sometimes I see in the videos, I think you go up to this top button here, and then you click that down and you make your modifications through this particular bar. But from a presentational perspective, I'd like you to have a look at the other toolbar, because there is another toolbar which makes it a lot cleaner. So if you click out of that, if you have a look down on the bottom right hand side, there's toolbars which you can click on, where if I change the time of day, you see this bar up the side, you can move it through here, and it just presents much better than what it does when you've got some sort of drop down come down. So this particular bar on the side presents better for doing for having your conversations, right? And you just need to flick time of day, so you can pick which day of the year you would like to choose, and as you can see, it just flows on screen, so it presents better, right? So I definitely like you to consider having a look at this. You can hit the longitude, right? So you can go and modify it there, same as usual, right? Change the latitude right here, and so everything can be done just with the side toolbar and with this big bar, because this big bar is a lot more fine-tuned, and it'll make it a lot easier for people to be able to view and enjoy the presentation. Now, up in the top left-hand corner, you'll see it says Earth Sun, and then there is a picture of a geocentric view, which is a little globe, and then you can hit a little sun ball. So if you hit the sun, it drags out here. Now, you may have already known this, but I haven't seen you do it quite yet, so I figured that maybe it's not a bad idea for you to be able to see that. So you can go out there and look at where the planet is in comparison to the sun. Now, of course, this of course rotates the ball and lots of stuff. Not very stimulating much, but it's the day of the year which does the most interesting stuff. So you can watch it go from season to season. So this will be something that you can be able to help people understand why, for instance, Antarctica at a particular point of the season will get the exposure, and the North Pole will get the exposure. So that's that one top ticked off. Sun Path. I think you may have mentioned you were trying to look for this. You were trying to ask Andrew Marsh where it was. Now, sometimes you might find that this map might break. It might not come up, and that's where I think you press one of these down buttons, and you can select which map you want, right? So that's just in case the map does not show up. And so this is a very, very similar thing, but of course it's flat. So you've put yourself as a person down next to the city, right? And up on the right here, you've got your time and date and all that sort of stuff. So you can modify which time of year you are, right? And it'll show you how high the sun gets or how low the sun gets, depending on your season, right? And of course, you'll be able to spin your time. So you'll be able to see when sunset happens, sunrise happens, and so on and so forth, right? So that's that one. 3D sun path. This one is if you want to just simply look at it from the perspective of a Mercator map. So as you can see here, this has got that same sort of, I guess, dome or something like that, like dome of vision, and it's got the analemas on it, right? But when you move the cursor around, you'll see that the times and the arcs will grind to adapt to the new formula. So you could drag yourself down to Cape Town in South Africa, and you can see that the way that the arc bends with time, right? And of course you can go all the way down to Antarctica and so on and so forth. So you'll be able to present why it looks like that for people in Antarctica, right? That one ticked off. Now this one I explored recently. This one here is a bit of a time clock. Now this might also help when you try to find out who you want to do live streams with, right? So you can just roll the wheel ball, and you'll be able to see, what time it is where you are. Like, say for instance you're in San Francisco, you're looking at your time, you go, okay, that's dinner time or whatever like that. Okay, I can speak to someone, in Israel or Moscow or whatever like that at this time. In London's not bad, but maybe Perth is asleep, so on and so forth. Now, the interesting thing about this particular thing, this has got a really, really cool effect, where if you change it to the little globe ball up here, it folds it, right? It folds it into a perfect circle. And as you can see here, you can see the twilights. You can see the twilight phases, right? Every single twilight is 6 degrees from this terminator line. And of course, when you look at something like this, you can let's scroll. See, this one doesn't have that sidebar, which is unfortunate. So let's scroll to March 21. Right, so this is equinox. As you can see, it goes straight through the South Pole, and it goes straight to the North Pole, right? And so what you can do is, when you're rolling around, you can see the way that twilight is rolling for everyone, and then you'll be able to look at that and be able to judge how long twilight is for everyone on the planet all at the same time, right? And then of course, as you would expect, you go out there and change it. Let's change it for an American summer. So we'll bring it to June 22, June 21, right? And you can see that the angle of the sun, the twilights are working, right? And then you'll be able to look at the fact that, that North America is, getting sun, whereas most of the people down in the Pacific are not, right? And so this is very, very good at displaying how much light is being shown. Now, I used this very recently when I was trying to talk about the 99% of population. When 99% of the population has some form of light, that's when me down in Australia is in the darkness. But people from from Vietnam to Japan, right, has all got light. Everything on this side, Europe, Africa, the whole works. South America has light. You have light over in San Francisco, right? Even to this point, you see how this point here, the twilight, it's almost touching. It's almost nighttime for Los Angeles and San Francisco. South America has sun to some degree, right? And as you can see, Japan, Hong Kong, even Indonesia, which has got a large amount of population, they all have sun. The only people who don't have sun is me down in Australia, New Zealanders, and Hawaii, and most of the Polynesian islands. So you can use these sorts of things if you want to in more presentations that you want to display, instead of simply being trapped on this particular map, because this one's really, really good, but you now have 4 options you can go out there and practice with. All right. Before I go, I test things all the time. I'm always doing little micro things, and the one thing I've been trying to drill in the Telegram chat and all that sort of stuff is, You know, I did a video where I went and did the Selenelion impossible eclipse to scale, right? And I found out that you can see both the moon and the sun on both sides on the morning side of the planet at a height of 813 meters high. I do want to do another one to guarantee that you can see all of the moon and all of the sun and find out what elevation you do. But this is the thing, you don't need 1.5 degrees of refraction to achieve this. You could just simply just elevate yourself. So look, you know, if you like that sort of stuff, you know, I want people to be able to learn this sort of stuff. And I'm always testing those little things on my channel. So yeah, take what you will with all this. You might find this just opens up a whole new talking point. So take it, enjoy it, show it to all your followers, teach them, please. Thanks for watching.